G'day YouTube, my name's Lance. Welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report, it's about 14 to 29. There's a little bit of cloud cover at the moment, so there's a little bit of humidity in the air, and to the west of us they're having nice storms. Some of the bad bushfires have been put out with the rain. There's a bit of rain south of us towards Brisbane, and there's a bit up north towards Agnes 1770. But we seem to have the dome. Some bastard's got an umbrella up over Bundaberg there, and we're missing out. We ended up with about 2 millimetres yesterday, and yeah, we thought it was going to be a good bit of rain, but yeah, look, just turned out no rain yet. So over near the stables, I've had a poly tank there, a 1,000 litre poly tank, not a pod, not an IBC, but a poly tank, and we haven't used the water over there, so I've taken that, I've put it on a pallet, I've done some plumbing out the back of Bundy Bear's shed here, so I can take water out of the big shed at the back of the shed, the Bundy Bear's shed, and take it the 200 metres up the front. So I did a couple of runs with it. I've put a big tap in it, so it takes about half an hour to fill it up and about 15 minutes to run it into the tanks up the front. So hopefully that gets us through until we get a bit of rain. So yeah, very, very dry. Yeah, we're just sweating on a bit of rain. Yeah, young Freya had her surgery last week, and look, it went as well as can be expected. There's a couple of things I'm not sure. I'm sweating a little bit. I've just come home from town racing around like a blue ass fly. So I'm feeling it a bit. Yeah, look, Freya's heart surgery went as well as can be expected. The sad thing for me is that she ended up with a donor heart valve, and it's just that some other family has had some very bad news. And yeah, we're lucky so far it hasn't been us. But yeah, she got a donor heart valve put in, and up until now, like before I come up to do the stew, Ali put a post on Freya's Heart Journey, the Facebook page. Hop over there and hop on if you'd like to. And they're just taking Freya away now to close her chest cavity. And even though the surgery was early last week, they've left the chest cavity open in case they had to get there in a big hurry. They were there, and which I don't know, it's something I'd never heard of before, but it's just a day-to-day thing down there. And so today she's there. They're going to close the chest cavity up after a few days, and that'll put a bit of pressure on her heart, so she'll probably go backwards a little bit. But look, all being, you know, considering the huge job that she's had done, yeah, look, we can be grateful it's sort of gone so well. So hopefully it all stays that way. Yeah, and she had a temperature last week for a couple of days, and they were worried about the sepsis coming back in, but look, that seems to be gone. So, so yeah, look, that's ended up well. A lot of interest. A lot of interest in that, and yeah, so look, so far it's going good. Today, yeah, she's getting, like I say, she's getting the chest cavity put back together and sewn up, and then over the next few days, they'll slowly bring her out of the coma, and you know, let her heart beat away and things like that. You know, so they had her on all sorts of machines trying to prop her up with life support and stuff, but we think it's going okay. And so the kids have been staying at Ronald McDonald House, so Ronald McDonald House have a thing about going and buying a pair of socks until the 18th of November. If you're in Australia, go and buy some bloody socks, help them out. We're going down, and that's where Tim and Ali are staying. And look, it's just a great service. It's been a real big help. So all's well down there for the moment, and let's hope it stays that way. It's been on all of our minds, and but yeah, it's going good. We've got the kids at home at the moment, and we're feeling worn out, me and Mum. And yeah, they're active little buggers, you know, full of life and mischief. And I had to come home early with young Arrow on Friday because he was a bit crook at school. Had a belly ache and a sore throat, and So anyway, we got him home here and we fed a couple of natural vitamins into him and gave him a lemonade Zupa Duper to freeze all his throat. And he seemed to come remarkably well, remarkably quickly. Just call me Dr. Lance, yeah. So they've been here all weekend buggering around. Last week we got rid of Goldie. Goldie's gone away. Poor old Peter, the truck driver, he had brake troubles, and we're on the phone to Aaron, the bloke that bought it, and all sorted now. But I mean, what happened? I was saying about having a sore knee, and it wasn't too bad, but I was up helping with Goldie. I drove her up there and did that and buggered around. Well, I had a bit of brake trouble, slid under there, and my fat gut's nearly too fat to fit under a truck nowadays. And I just slid down gently off the tray, and I probably jumped so far, and I fired that bloody knee up. Well, holy dooly, hasn't it been giving me curry? Of course, I've been whinging. But I'm flat out walking with the bastard of a thing. And anyway, Judy bullied me into going to the doctor, and I've just been to the doctor this morning. Well, it's Monday, and normally Monday's my day off, but Ross and his missus have decided they'd like to go to the Melbourne Cup once in their lifetime. So they left last week and shot down, so he'll be at the Melbourne Cup tomorrow, Tuesday, having a fat time, and so he'll be back in a week. But because we've got the kids and Judy's on school duties, dropping the kids off at school and picking them up after school and that, well, I've got to fill the gap, so I go in. I've been in at work this morning, and then I had to go and see the doctor about my knee, and well, they pushed and pulled and prodded and bloody buggered around with it, and they've told me to get off it. It turns out that what I've done, and we just booked in at radiology. Radiology's contacted me shortly for X-rays and then MRIs possibly, and the meniscus, which is that keeps your legs straight here, they reckon I've knocked a hunk of that out, cracked it or done something like that, because they pushed and pulled and frigged about with it, and they could actually get it to right on the inside, just under the kneecap there's where it gets really sore, and they could actually touch it on demand and make me jump, the bastards. So anyway, so my knee's up the shit, and that was my good knee. So I said to the doctor, well, if I'm going to get all these X-rays and all this bullshit done, bloody put on the thing, do both of them. So they're going to do the other knee too, because it's been my crook one for years, and the one that's buggered now has been my good one. So a bit of a shit show I'm running here with the knee bloody cap department. But anyway, he said, give it a rest, Lance, get off your bloody feet. And I said, well, that's sort of easier said than done, because I'm in here buggering around with tractors, and I'll take you for a walk up there shortly. I've got the shower ensuite done on the camper. I've got a solar panel on the camper with the stands. I've just been fiddling with that. Paulie's shipping container went last week, so out helping with that, getting Goldie going. We've got a couple of these 65 rims rattled apart. The kids thought that was a great thing with earplugs in and the nut gun and ack around. So I don't know, I've got to think about it. They've given me these painkillers that I'm only, I don't know what's in them, but over the next couple of days I've got to go and have all my blood done, and these painkillers can play up with your kidneys. So I've got to go and have my blood done and the kidney test done, and I suppose prostate and all that done. And and if my kidneys are a bit weak in any way, which we don't presume they are, they got to take me off this painkiller stuff. So I don't know, bloody going along good, chewing a bloody osteo-ease now and then, and now I'm bloody, I'm in the service bay. So anyway, we'll see. So I don't know how I'm going to handle in the shed here. I do have plenty of sit-down stuff to do. As in, I got my wood up the other end, the CNC router and the laser and all that. Through the week, I cut out some stencils for the Rum City Vintage Machinery Club, for our club, so they can mark their stuff. And they had a sausage sizzle at Bunnings on Friday, my mate Rocket and Jonesy, and there's looked like half a dozen of them there, all helping out with that. But that wouldn't be much good to me standing around, because at the moment standing around's not a good option. I'll wear out the arse of my pants shortly from sitting down all the time, but they said a bit of exercise, non-load bearing, and I said, well, I seem to be able to ride my push bike okay. And they said, oh, we'll do a bit of that then, keep the blood circulating, keep everything healthy, and go from there. So, I don't know, so we'll see. I can probably do a lot sitting down, but anyway, it's hard to sand panels, and I've got to hump these big wheels up into the sandblaster and do all that yet, so I probably better not do that for the moment. So the 65 is a bit hit and miss, but I might get a bit more hit and miss. They're giving me 6 to 8 weeks. They're saying stay off it for 6 to 8 weeks and try and let the inflammation from the damage and that go down. And sometimes they can treat it and the pain will go away, but you just got to not be stupid, not jump around. And on here it's all on concrete, which isn't the best. So anyway, we'll just see. Oh shit, just oh, the bastard thing. So anyway, we'll just see how that goes. Up in Queensland here, we've got an ACRA meeting coming up next Saturday. So that's Australian Collectors and Restorers Association. And back in the day, the NHMA, National Historic Machinery Association, they were the big group that looked after historic machinery insurance and that, but they had a board up the top, and I dealt with them when I was secretary for a local club, and they were an arrogant bunch of turds. And you'd go to a national rally, and with the club's money, they'd be staying in these nice motels and all that, where everyone else wouldn't. It was real hierarchy. But so in Queensland, a lot of Queenslanders, and because they were down south in Victoria and that, us Queenslanders up here, we were getting forgotten and just treated like a mob of shit stirrers, or no good up here. So we were getting the raw end of the deal. So quite a few Queensland clubs got together and they formed ACRA. And so it's a Queensland-based group, but it looks after all the public liability insurance and all that sort of thing. So they're choosing to have their meeting in Bundy next Saturday. So we're going along to that, and then any member of an ACRA affiliated club, like there's us and Maryborough Club and Kangaroo Club, Millbong, Rum City, Billawheeler, Ayr, Burdekin Ayr, Mackay up that way, the Pioneers. So there's a lot of clubs in it. And so we'll have a few new people in town, might be some new friends to chat to. So we're going to go to the meeting and have a chat. And later on, they're going up to Barry Lloyd Jones's up at Avondale and have a look at his engines. I think he's got like 120 engines or something like that. I haven't got much to look at in my shed really, so I don't think they'd be interested here. But anyway, that's just an interesting thing coming up. Then later on, we're having the club AGM as well. The AGM for the clubs, it's about a week after that or something like that. So anyway, see how we go. Each area, like the Central Queensland, gets 2 representatives of ACRA to talk in the meetings on their behalf. Down south gets 2 and up north gets 2. So that's like the committee, if you like. 2 from down south, the management committee, and then the reps. So anyway, interesting thing. We'll go along and have a chat. They try and pester you into doing stuff, but we'll see. See what happens there. And so that's something a bit interesting coming on. The trade tools, I've been to trade tools. My mates are trade tools. Now, I'm on their mailing list sort of thing, and they send you emails, marketing stuff, and they come through with a couple of spray guns, and I use the cheap Renegade spray guns. Now, I'll just explain what I do use a bit. And this fella here, that's a suction feed gun. So it's got the pot on the bottom. So the fluid goes in the bottom, it draws it up and sprays it out. And you'll see the 2 there. That's a 2 millimetre nozzle. Now, why I like to use that for the 2mm nozzle is for thicker stuff, and this canister here, being a suction gun, this canister here, what I like to do is I put my undercoat primer type stuff in here, and at the end of the day I actually leave the pot full, full, half full, and I'll use the one pot for a weekend and top it up and stir it up and that. And the gun here screws on the top, and look, it's just like any normal old spray gun. The gun screws on the top, and what I do, I fiddle along with it, put the air breather hole at the back, yep, that's okay, and then where this comes off the pot, I take this bit here, I get another pot of thinners, gun wash, I put that down, pull the trigger, clean all the nozzle out, give it a shake, clean it all out, and put that away, back on top of the pot full of stuff. So I leave the pot full of stuff over the weekend. So that way, overnight, you don't have to clean the whole thing up, every little nut and bolt and that, you don't have to clean the whole lot. This has been all rinsed through, flushed through with the gun wash thinners, and you just pop him back in, and next morning give her a stir up and away you go. And you're not, if you have this much left in your pot, an inch in the bottom, well, you're not tipping that out at the end of the day. You can just leave it ride, pop a bit of thinners in with it, leave it ride, and go the next day. The 2mm nozzle, that's big enough for the thicker stuffs like the primers, red oxides, undercoats and things like that. So $69 at Trade Tools at the moment. Then I also use a gravity feed gun and so the gravity feed gun has the pot on the top. You can see the 1.4mm nozzle, and these are fairly low pressure, under 50 pound, and the smaller nozzle atomises things a bit more than a 2mm nozzle, so you have less chance of getting orange peel on your paint. You can atomise it more and away you go. You can run low pressure so you don't get as much paint bounce off. But yeah, you can get a good coat, but the 1.4 lessens the chance of orange peel on that. So I was in there today, and I had looking for a gun. I often buy a gun, and this might sound wasteful to you, but I often buy a $50, $60 good paint gun to spray each tractor, and then it goes down the list. Once it's sprayed a tractor, done all the panels and that, well, then it goes down. And if I want to paint a slasher or an implement or something, that gun goes down to do that. And I always try and keep a nice gun that's not worn or anything like that for doing panels and the top coat. So just what I like to do. In the stew last week, we mentioned that we could do a special deal on your mud guards, on your clamshell mud guards, and that went bloody well. We sold Sparex out of them, and we've got another, I think we've got 2 customers. The next order is 16 weeks away, and we have 2 customers with them on order on the back order list for 16 weeks time delivery. So yeah, we were surprised. Sparex was surprised. I said, "What are you doing up there?" And I said, "Oh, just Bundy Bear's Shed. We're looking after our subscribers." So they said, "Oh, you want to do any more of that? Let us know." I said, "Oh shit, all right, let's jump on it." So this week, what the special's going to be for Australia only is the safety guards. Now they look like a clamshell mud guard, but they have the piece that comes down to the foot plate, and I'll put a picture in here. And there's quite a few of them in stock in Australia. We're going to do a deal with them. And look, to get the deal, you have to go email bundybearsshed@gmail.com, and we do them as a one-off thing. Like if you just ring the fellas at the shop, they won't know about it. It's something that I do personally, and then Judy does the paperwork and she'll email you an invoice and all that. So you've got to email me to get the price. So yeah, so this time we're doing the clamshell guards with the safety on it. You know, so it's the guards like on a 135 that come right down to the mud guards. So apparently over in England the late 65s had them. I can't recall a 65 having them here, but they fit, yeah, 135, 35s, anything like that. If you want the safety guard going all the way down, they're pretty cheap. Sparex have got a heap of them out in stock at the moment. I think there's 12 or 15, and I think we can flog Bearco standard pricing, no worries at all. So, and what happens is my buying price doesn't change. It's just that I cut my margins just for the viewers. So, so what we're going to have is the safety guards. Then next week, the mud guard skins for these clamshells. There's 20 of those in Australia that we have access to. And if you've got a really good frame, I'm going to, I gave Jeff Parsons and Chris a price on some of them. But the deal I did on the clamshell guards, you'd be mad to just buy the skin. So now I'm going to do the skin in next week's stew. So, but what I'd like you to do, and this is for Australia only, I can't control what happens overseas, but I can control what I can do for the Australian market. Let us know what you're interested in, and yeah, we can, anything in the Sparex range I'll have a look at. We can do starter motors, engine kits, gaskets, clutches, whatever. If I can get 2 or 3 people each week wanting a product, I'll hit Sparex up. They've said that'd help. I'll hit Sparex up, and we'll try and knock some special deals out, just to. I give some of my margin away, and Sparex told me what a great idea helping your subscribers. They don't mind cutting my price a bit, so I can help out a bit more. So let's see. So we're going to do the mud guards over the next bit. But yeah, be interactive with it all, and let us know what you have coming up. If you want specials on clutches, brakes, or just whatever, let me know so I know what you're looking at. And I might be able to screw Sparex's arm, get into Caleb and James and that, and see how they go. But they thought it was a great idea how the mud guards went last week, and yeah, they want a bit more of that happening if we can possibly do it. So let's have a go at that, eh? But yeah, and if you want a particular thing, I mightn't be able to do it straight away, but I can talk to them and bring it into the system. So yeah, just subscribe to things. I want your subscriber name too on the email, so I know that you've actually subscribed, because even though we have like, oh, what do we get, 140,000, 50,000 views every 28 days, 160,000 sometimes, 40,000 a week. Only 20% of those people are subscribed. So a lot of people are using the channel, getting the info off the channel. That's fine. It doesn't cost you a single cent to subscribe. But yeah, you've got to subscribe to get these deals, eh? Let's do that. So I'll help you, but I want my subscribers numbers to go up there if we can. So see what happens. Yeah, you pat my back, I'll pat yours. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, well look, that's about it for the moment. I'm still waiting on a gear for the 65 diff. I can't find one. I've got the bearing on its way, and I only just bought those spray guns today, so I haven't tidied up the undercoat on there either. But we've just been busy. Every afternoon this week I've had something on, and you know, we've had the kids since Friday, and yeah, I've been trying to get some of the camper done so we can get going and get out and have a camp. But if my knee's playing up, that's banned for a little while. That's a pain in the arse, I tell you. And we'll go from there. I've got new shockies coming for it too, so we'll see. So look, thanks for dropping by, everyone. Bit short and sweet. I haven't got an awful lot because I just haven't been in here an awful lot, and I have been sitting on my chair a lot looking out the front door. So oh, and last week 2 afternoons I was in my little machine shop making those governor rods. So our stocks of those should be okay. That was a good sit down job. So I might be up the little machine shop a bit more. We'll just see. But I know Jude rattles me changes. I thought you're not supposed to be standing on that. Or, I thought you're supposed to be sitting down. So that's what they're there to keep us honest, eh? And annoy us, yeah. But anyway, look, thanks for dropping by. Stay tuned. I'll just go for a quick walk. I'll show you the shower ensuite I've put on the camper trailer. I'll show you where Paulie's shipping container's gone from. And yeah, you'll be able to see the paddock, how dry it is. So we'll catch up with you next week, eh? I'll see what I can get done. See ya. Okay, a little bit dark up this end, but this is a little fold-up shower ensuite. And I've had to cut into the frame there to make this bracket go in. It folds up nicely. Yeah, these arms here just fold in, so it's just a little bundle on top of the thing. We've also bought a base for it, so if we go to areas that we're not allowed to release any soapy water, we can catch it. And yeah, the solar panel's up. I've just got to finish the wires there. I've got the crimper and all ready to do that, so I probably should do that before I go back to the house. And that over there is where the shipping container was, next to the trailer. So we've still got the little Pantech there, but that's all right. But see how dry it is. It'll probably blow out on the sound there a little bit. And the pallets are piling up because there's been fire bans and we're not allowed to burn any. But yeah, she's looking pretty dry. But the clouds look like it could rain any old time, and boy, do we wish it would.